14 podcast. We're back after the weekend. Avery is that the City Connect hoodie? Holy shit.
Yep.
Avery's already decked out in the City Connect gear. How are we feeling, man? How was your weekend?
Good. I took Saturday for myself, which was great. Everyone should be doing that during the summer, Take a day, do things you want to do. It was good. Only game they lost was a game I didn't really watch. So that felt all right. Boiler Room Saturday. Awesome event. Enjoyed it. A lot of good music. Bitch to get out of Woodbine and get back to where we're staying, but awesome event. No, weekend was a lot of fun. And then the dinner heard around the world was a lot of fun.
Yep.
But no, good weekend overall. The baseball, Jays won 2 games, maybe 2 of the worst games of the season. Like the first game was great because it ended in a win that went really long. But if you break that down play by play, maybe one of the worst games of the season.
Yeah.
Happy to get 2 of 3.
Like
that's where I'm at.
The extra inning at bats, the at bats in the game, actually, to be honest, like making,
because you were there Friday.
Yeah, I was there Friday. How did
you feel? Because we were gonna go out Friday, and then I sat down on the couch, and then the game had an hour and a half left after I thought we were about to go out.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this.
No, it was a good day. So me and Alto went to the game on Friday, and we just got absolutely blitzed. I'll say it. I got after it. I'll say it. So we watched, and that game was never ending. We got drunk and hung over in the same game, like, because they stopped selling drinks after the 7th, right? So me and Alto had like 2 ultras each, 2 vodka sodas each, and a shot of tequila. So like we were just on, it was insane. But I will say, no free ads. The 7-Up seltzers are insane.
They're good.
They are so fucking good, Avery. It's bananas. I had one with Alto because I put Alto on them, just like I put him on Zach Bryan. And I had it, and I was like, this is the 0 sugar. It is the great, no free ads again, but one of the greatest drinks I've ever had in my life. Honestly, if you go to a Jays game,
does it taste like 7-Up?
Yes, just like with alcohol in it. So if you go to a Jays game this week, send us a picture of you drinking the 7-Up seltzer. No free ads. But yeah, let us know you guys are getting after it with the drink of choice, because I'm telling you, man, that's the drink of the summer.
The 7-Up seltzer's the drink of the summer.
Dude, You're
ready to declare that early?
I am telling you, dude. I am telling you, it was unreal. So go and try it there. But yeah, we went to the game Friday. Great stuff. If you just focus on hitting and pitching, or pitching and fielding, just some really bad at bats, horrible at bats, to be honest with you. Not really anyone had good at bats. Even David Schneider, who said in his post game speech, he said, I was just terrible at the plate. Like I was just bad. And then obviously one swing of the bat, and it just turns the entire thing around. We're talking about a new narrative, new things going on that game. But the David Schneider home run, unbelievable. Daniel Vogelback at the plate, folks. Are you kidding me? 9 for his last 19.
He hit the ball so hard that the center fielder couldn't see it.
He hit it so hard and so high into the night that no one could see it. And it was the Daniel Vogelback effect. But listen, folks, I mean, this is a guy who pretty much all of Twitter wanted DFA'd last week, and he just absolutely puts his nuts on the table. His last 7 games, he is 6 for 16 with a 375 average and a 500 slug. Daniel Vogelback is, the Jays are starting to do lineup maneuvers to make sure Vogelback is in the lineup.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly
believe
what
we're
I was
here.
going to say. They push Vladdy to a position he hasn't started at since I was still in college, because they wanted Daniel Vogelback at bats. That's the thing about baseball. Like, we are very reactionary. It's the game we play. It's the business we are in. But we need to look at things from a clear perspective. Justin Turner, first month, best hitter we've ever seen in our whole entire lives. After that, changes. Like when our friend over there tells you it's early, there's a little bit of truth to that sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe not the full team as a whole, but the ups and downs of a player's season, for sure. Like, it is quick to be like, oh, that was the worst at bat I've ever seen. Send him to hell. Don't do that sometimes, because you'll get this.
Yeah, and I think Daniel Vogelbach's the best guy for this role because he's fine with not playing. We talk about this all the time. I know Horwitz is just hitting the cover off of the ball, but who knows? He comes up to the show and plays once every 5 days. He might lose that feel he's having at the plate right now. You want to call him up when he has a chance to play every single day, right? And right now he's not there's no spot for him right now. So the Daniel Vogelbach
is 9-10 AAA OPS Spencer Horwitz not an awesome trade piece if this team wants to go try and do something?
Yeah.
If they go on a little run at some point.
You're telling me a team would not want a guy that's a lefty that is mashing baseballs in AAA? Yeah. He's a good trade piece. Orelvis is a good trade piece. A lot of those guys are. And if I'm Ross Atkins, like I'm starting to explore some stuff here because you could probably trade Horwitz for a pretty decent reliever, man. Right?
Yeah, you never want to do that with a guy you think is actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
So just him hitting is the best case scenario for this franchise as a whole.
No matter how you look at it.
If that means he ends up on the team and helps the team, 100% great, awesome. We'll use him, get some good at bats. His production's that way. Or you need some help and another chance, and he's another team's next guy up. So whatever it is, Spence, as long as he keeps hitting, it's very, very good for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, I agree. But that Friday game obviously was the first game of the City Connects. We talked about it on the pod. We already saw them. We already knew what they look like. They look so sick in person, Avery. So sick.
And I think they look so bad on TV and
really
so cool in person. You can't read anything that it says. I got shitty, like really bad eyes, and I don't wear my glasses nearly enough.
Yeah,
I couldn't read the last names on the back. It's kind of what the Leafs did with their whatever those Bieber jerseys were.
Yeah,
I could see. I love those ones as well, but I just thought they look kind of bad on TV. Look awesome in person. The merch they did for them, really good. Good little rollout. But I think they just, tough to read on TV. They don't look bad on TV. That's where I will put my stamp on.
Oh, they look.
The guys love them. The guys love them too.
Yeah, they look so sharp in person, Avery. They look so sharp, and it obviously looked cooler watching Davis Schneider parade around the bases with a walk-off home run that we saw for the first game in the jerseys. But night mode, where are you at with night mode? Because obviously we're calling that the podcast night mode. Where are you at with it, Avery?
It's like actually a really few good decisions that the team's made. They call it night mode, and they only wear the full dark jerseys during night games.
Yeah,
I was like, hats off to them for using their brains. If night mode leads to an undefeated record in these uniforms, I want my life to be night mode. If that's what we're gonna do.
The only tough thing about it is if you're wearing all black and they've committed to it being the night mode, if they go on a run with these jerseys, they can't wear them.
They play a lot of night games though.
What do you mean?
Just in general, they play a lot of night games.
Yeah, that's fair. But do you wear these on the road?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could. Do they have them baked in as road uniforms at all or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I know they put out the schedule. I didn't look at any of the dates. I know they put out a bunch of them. I didn't really read into it or look into it. I think you can wear them on a road a couple of times.
People, honestly though, people were just hating to hate the City Connect jerseys. I think they could have royally fucked these up.
Yeah,
like these could have been catastrophic jerseys, and honestly, they did a very good job. Like they did a good job on the City Connect jerseys. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I would just like to be able to read them a little bit better on TV, but other than that, man, I'm not mad at them. I love uniforms and I love critiquing uniforms. I'm not a fashion person in any sense, but I really do think they could have been a lot worse, and I'm happy that they weren't. Like when we watch them, even seeing the new gear for the catchers is something I get excited about. When you get new uniforms, like when Jano wears full red for Canada Day, where he goes, are they black or blue, by the way?
You're asking the wrong guy, buddy.
I think they're
I can tell you.
dark blue.
Yeah.
But Jano's gear looked awesome when he wore it. So those are the fun things I get excited about. I'm happy to watch the team play in these uniforms, and I'm not going to be mad ever.
Yeah, the rollout was funny. Like just because obviously we did the podcast the day before the City Connect party, which seemed really fun. The City Connect reveal party. It looked really fun at Laval. I would have loved to be there.
We did do a good thing. We can tell the people we got sent the link to sign up for the City Connect party, and because we didn't get officially invited, I said we're not gonna get on the bad side, you know.
Well, yeah, no
Even though
shot. Some of the
would've said
people they
yes.
had there couldn't give a fuck less about the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah. Kiss 92.5.
Yeah, like it's whatever. I get it, but like a lot of the people there didn't care about the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay,
Maybe.
but whatever. Whatever. But
okay, this is the question that I thought I would ask the players if we were there. Which guy on the team would you want to make uniforms? If you had one guy on the team that could choose uniforms to make, who would you pick?
So you can't go with like the country guys. Like,
no, you don't want to go the country guys.
That's a really good question.
And do you want to go Manoa, like high fashion, or
who is the most creative? I mean, Bo Bichette probably has he has pretty good style. Bo Bichette.
You would want some Vladdy flair in there.
Vladdy. I think Bo Bichette and Vladdy.
The answers being Bo and Vladdy are very boring, but you got to get away from the country boys for that one.
Yeah, I think Bo and Vladdy would design the best jersey. Like, because they've been here the longest, right? They've been Blue Jays their entire career. I'm with you there. I think Bo Bichette and Vladdy would be good ones.
All right, we can.
I think they would be.
As long as there's no camo baked into it, that's what I thought those guys would do.
Yeah.
Very funny. Justin Turner just wearing a hat there. Dalton Varsho wearing a hat that has nothing to do with the City Connects.
Yeah.
Dudes rock, man. Imagine not being able. I did it tonight when we went to dinner. If you don't text, hey, can I wear shorts to this place instead of going to a nice place, or pants, or can I wear a hat to this place? You don't know what you're doing. So
yeah,
those two are along those lines. Like, hey, can I wear shorts to dinner?
Can I wear shorts, or is there a no hat policy? Which I'm pretty sure there is at Laval, because I've been there once, and when I was there, no one was wearing hats. So maybe they made an exception for the guys on the Toronto Blue Jays. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think they'd make an exception for the team.
Who do you think has the worst style on the team?
Oh, Mesa.
No, everyone says Mesa has the best style.
Really?
Yes. Do you not remember those videos AK posted on the Jays where he said, if you could switch wardrobes with one player on the Blue Jays, who would it be? A lot of the Blue Jays said Mesa.
They said because he only wears collared shirts. He's a substitute teacher style.
Yeah, but that's better style than I think there's some people.
I'm not looking at too many pregame fits, if we're being honest. I don't really know.
I'm really
Mesa's like the substitute teacher look, which is it's
DILF.
like wearing a uniform to school. Like, you know what you're gonna wear every single day, and there's some beauty in that, in knowing every single time.
It's you keep it simple, and that's what Tim Mesa does.
Yeah, he's probably wearing Peter Millar for every fit.
Oh yeah, his wife gets the emails, and then when he gets the deals on Peter Millar, like when there's like discounts, his wife just auto forwards it to him, and he's just mad. Like, he's just buying a shit ton of Peter Millar. I fucking love Tim Mesa. I really do. Maybe because he looks like Doc.
He looks a lot like Doc.
He looks a lot like Doc.
And I love that.
But yeah,
guy.
Tim Mesa he only wears Peter Millar, or he shops at the PGA Tour store. You know,
PGA Superstore, yeah.
The PGA Tour Superstore. That's what Tim Mesa does. But
do you think he'd make a good jersey?
Yes. His jersey would have a collar.
Like those old White Sox.
Tim Mesa's jersey would have a collar for sure. But yeah, that was City Connect talk. It was awesome. They already sold out of the Schneider ones, which is crazy because it's David Schneider. Like,
people loved. I don't think I even understand how many people love David Schneider. And they should. Absolutely, they should. It is crazy how people feel about it. It's so sick to be him. Like,
It's I I would love to just ask him because we had dinner with him tonight, so we'll probably be golfing with him next week, hopefully. And I would love to just ask him, like, is it overwhelming having just an entire country that loves you? Because
we showed him. So I showed him. There's someone on Twitter that just came up on my timeline, got the tattoo of Davis Schneider's signature on her body.
yeah,
Insane. It's like, how do you can't think that's real life as Davis Schneider's like that's
it's like, well,
insane.
someone has my signature tattooed on them. It's insane, but I truly do think Davis Schneider is one of the most loved Blue Jays in a very, very long time. Like, I put him up there with Joey Bats, Josh Donaldson. But the thing is, Josh Donaldson and Joey Bats were like villains to other teams. Other teams don't hate Davis Schneider. They're like, look at this
He hasn't
28th
killed them
round
in the
pick who's
playoffs yet.
5'5", launching baseball.
Don't say the 5-5. Take the 5-5 part back.
It's what he knows. He knows the ricochet there. But it's crazy how loved he is just all around baseball, Avery. It's like other fan bases know how good Davis Schneider is. They see the stats till the debut. It is a pleasure to know him personally and just know how good of a guy he is because he deserves all of the flowers he gets.
Yeah.
It's insane how loved he is. It's bananas.
If you're Davis, how do you answer the question when someone asks, do you understand how many people love you? It's like,
I think he does.
No, I don't really know how much. It's got to be an awkward thing at some point too, but
I think he does know, though. Like, he can't walk around anywhere. Luckily, when we went for dinner tonight, he wasn't really getting noticed, and people at least left him alone. But it's just he's so recognizable, which is what his problem is, bro. You know?
Yeah. They said they have to drive to the park now.
Yeah. Oh, absurd. Absolutely absurd. But yeah, that was the Friday game. What an at bat. Henny Cabrera, Nate Pearson, Nate. Like, so after Nate went 2 scoreless, I texted him. I said, we're going out for beers tonight. Like, you're not going tomorrow. So let's have a couple pints tonight to celebrate after the win. He's like, yeah. Met us within 10 minutes. Showered, immediately came by the condo. We went to Cherry's, had some beers with Nate. Nate is such a lad. Such a lad. He is such a good dude. And he's kind of joined our little clique here. We got Nate, Ernie, Davis, and then the boys. Alto Curtis. It's a good addition. And Nate is just the man. The fucking man.
It's a tall addition, that's for sure. But I'm happy things are going well for Nate. Expectations sky high when he started, right?
Yeah.
And to settle into a place where he's valued and used properly, I think he's in a good little spot here.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, good for Nate. He was awesome. Awesome to have him out. He seems like an awesome guy.
Yeah, he's such a good dude. So yeah, we had beers with Nate, just shot the shit, just talked about ball, and just he's just all time guy. So that was a Friday game. Saturday, I missed a lot of it. Thank God. Just like you, I was golfing in the Tea Party, which is like this annual tournament our boy Ramsey does, with like 20 lads.
Can we talk about your first swing of
my first swing of the day was terrible. Golf is the hardest sport to get back into when you haven't played in a short time period, like a year. I consider myself like I'm not a good golfer, but I consider myself a decent golfer.
You could shoot 90.
Yeah. I would shoot low 90s, 90. The first 9 holes, first 6, 7 holes actually of yesterday, I was not making contact. I wasn't putting the ball in the air, and it was so frustrating because you do something for so long. Like, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, I even think my golf swing gets bad after 2-3 weeks. It feels foreign after that. So I can't even imagine a year. But yeah, please talk about your first swing of the day.
So first swing.
Were you the first group off?
I'm in fine. I mean, yeah, I have a gallery. I tee off. First swing, swing and a miss. Second swing, hit it off the heel, ground ball to not past the women's tee. Just, it is so fucking hard to get back into golf. I do not know how people are how good at it. It's so fucking frustrating, Avery.
And we're in the year anniversary of your swing at the Canadian Open from
Yeah,
last year.
we are year anniversary. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm happy to watch that Jays game. Just on complete and utter shit kicking on Saturday.
Yes.
Nowhere, it was just
if you bought
never a
tickets to that
false.
game, sorry.
Yeah,
5-1 in their last 6. That's the game you paid to
yeah.
go to.
If you paid to watch that game, you might be due for financial compensation. You
I
seriously
heard Brian Reynolds hit a 450-foot home run.
Like I said, I didn't see it. I saw the highlights. He did look like he shot on it, but that game was terrible. Yusei Kikuchi did not look good, but the Toronto Blue Jays just worked an overtime shift. They played 14 innings the night before. So
Kikuchi being 2-5 is crazy, man. After
don't wanna
how
win.
good he's been, 3.6 ERA right now, 65 strikeouts in 66 innings, 14 walks. Yeah, insane that he's 2-5. But I guess that means the team hasn't been very good, which we've known.
Yeah, and now they're back below 2 games below 500. If they would have won on Saturday, we'd be 500 now. That really sucks. It was a tough one, but Mitch Keller looked unreal. Like I said, I watched the highlights. He's just good, obviously, but just watching Mitch Keller, he looked unbelievable. Kikuchi was bad. The offense was bad. Brandon Little came in out of the pen and was very bad.
Oh, can we talk about Jordan Romano?
Yeah, Jordan Romano's on the IL. It's Yimmy's team now.
Yeah, it is. People who are asking for it.
Yeah.
Here you go. Jordan
You got your
Romano's
wish.
second elbow injury of this season.
Yeah, it's not looking great for Jordy, but they said it's just inflammation, I believe they said. As they said it wasn't like a tear or anything like that was bad for him. But all of you that wanted Yimmy Garcia, this is it. This is Yimmy's time to shine for the boys. So he looked decent today. Rowdy Tellez is kind of
insane.
4 RBIs today. Legacy game today. But yeah, this is Yimmy Garcia's team. And you got to tip your cap to how Trevor Richards has stepped up, how Zach Pop has stepped up, how Nate Pearson has stepped up, because this bullpen is looking very thin. They have Ryan Burr pitching, who I think we will be getting on the podcast this week. I reached out. There could be a possibility he comes on this week or next.
Nice.
But Ryan Burr looked unreal, that Pirates game as well. Luplo texted me. Luplo went out of his way when the Jays traded for Ryan Burr and said, this guy is disgusting. The Jays just got a dog, and he's a beauty of a guy, too. So Ryan Burr, addition to the bullpen, Jordan Romano being down is going to be it's nut cutting time, because the Jays got a little bit of a tough schedule here. They got the Orioles, Brewers back to back here. But
no, they're in Oakland this weekend.
Or sorry, Orioles, Oakland, Brewers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. You're right about that. Then the off day, and then the Guardians, who are good as well.
Yeah, so it's a tough stretch for the next 2 weeks. The Jays gotta somehow figure out a way to get back to 500 here, because we are running out of time, man. They're 4.5 games back still, and they just went on a 5-1 game little heater. So
that's the problem with so many teams ahead of them too, right?
Yeah,
you can be that good if you're not passing teams. It's not going to matter in the end. But yeah, Saturday game, I didn't watch it live, and I saw the score, and I've decided to not even know anything about what happened in that Saturday game.
I unfortunately don't have that luxury, you know. You hate to see it. But it was a tough one. Tough one to watch. Tough one to get the updates from. Glad I didn't attend it. Glad I didn't stream it. Glad I didn't really focus that much on it, and I was golfing. So Saturday's game, for those of our listeners that went there, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, man. I am very sorry for you. But speaking of Saturday's game, I didn't want to talk about this because our guy BK brought this to my attention, and it's a good point. The guy went 0 for 3 again on this day. Alejandro Kirk. How the tables have turned. Here are two crazy Alejandro Kirk stats this season. Alejandro Kirk has only scored 4 runs. He has only touched home plate 4 times this season. 4 times. Here's an even crazier stat. Alejandro Kirk in 2022 was ranked the 27th most valuable trade piece in baseball, sandwiched between Framber Valdez and Shohei Ohtani. In 2022, Alejandro Kirk was listed as a better trade piece, trade value, than Shohei Ohtani, according to Fangraphs. How the mighty have fallen, Avery.
I don't know where you're coming from on this one because he had a good month. He's coming off a month where he hit 286, a 355 on base.
I'm not
like the OPS isn't
the
fantastic.
OPS is not there.
750.
When he's on the base pass, he clogs up the base pass. I'm a Jano guy behind the plate. I love Jano's game. Obviously, he slugs for this team, which is what this team needs. Kirk has been better, like you mentioned, but at the end of the day, the guy has who was bread and butter known for getting on base, is a below 300 on base percentage guy. Like, he is just a corpse of himself of what he used to be. And I know I might be hard on Alejandro Kirk, but this is a guy who we traded our top prospect for, albeit he's not that good, Gabriel Moreno. We traded him, the top prospect, number one prospect for the Toronto Blue Jays, because we wanted to keep Kirk, and this is what he has done. So that's why I'm extra hard on him.
Sure, but our perspective of Kirk can change. And when your perspective on what Kirk is changes, he's a fantastic player. It sucks. Like, this isn't the outcome we wanted for Alejandro Kirk at the plate. But if he's the backup catcher, per se, because Jano's going to play most of the games, he's hitting in the 2-hole. Kirk should hit 8 or 9 when he plays usually. But 90th percentile in blocks above average. Fantastic. 97th percentile in caught stealing above average. Everyone just said, oh, Kirk can't throw anyone out. That's his thing. And then framing, 96th percentile. There's a valuable player there. And once you realize he's not Barry Bonds, we can appreciate him for a 285 average in a month and build on that and keep going. It does suck, the Gabriel Moreno thing. 100% hindsight. The upside seems better with Gabby, because the bat's just like, I don't understand where the bat has gone for Kirk. You don't win a Silver Slugger being a shitty hitter.
No,
you just you don't.
It's
and like,
it's one of the
we talk about ground balls. Kirk, like, max exit velo isn't the best thing in the world, but his max exit velo 112.9 has it this year. A launch angle, his highest of his career by 2 degrees, 10.4 degrees he's at right now. Strikeout rate, last 2 seasons, 10%, which is top percentile. He's only at 14.3% now. It's the hard hit percentage thing for Kirk. 45.4% in his Silver Slugger year. He's at 38% too. So, I mean, I'm not ready to just trash. I think he's valuable for the team. He really is valuable. And we need to shift into appreciating that is where I'm at with Kirk. You can still be mad. I'm not going to tell people not to be mad. I'm not going to tell you not to say you don't dislike how this has turned out for Alejandro Kirk. But he's commanded a pitch. Like, Maldi could be our fucking backup catcher, dude. Like, it's different.
I guess when you put it that way, it's just, the thing is we always talk about this. You can't set the expectations too high.
No, we've got mad at Vlad. It's the same thing for Kirk. Like, flashing your best early and giving it everyone, oh, he's going to get back to. I'm there to say I think he'll get back. I was there for Vladdy as well. I'll stay on that side. But once you have it so good and then the year after is so bad, it's hard to forget the good when the bad keeps constantly happening. I want to go back to Alejandro Kirk 2022, liners all over the yard, expected batting average, like tops in the league. That's what we want. And that's what I remember about him. So it is tough to set your expectations that high, man.
Yeah, it's tough to watch. So,
like,
but,
yeah, you can be mad at Kirk for sure, but
I mean, he's hitting 213, like, barely around.
Expected batting average 243, weighted on base average 265. Like, that's not good.
It's just not. But I guess if you look at it the perspective of we're getting a very good defensive catcher, then it looks a little bit different, right?
Like, yeah, and you're not paying for that. Obviously, Moreno's cheap right now too because they're so young. Yeah, that's not the one I want to be super mad at when things aren't going the team's way.
That's fair.
Because
That's fair.
let's look how many at bats. He has 112 plate appearances. That's not a ton. He's totally fallen off from getting any at bats because Jano was hurt to start the season. Now Kirk's at bats have just kind of gone by the wayside.
Which are fine. I mean, you're replacing Kirk with a guy that's hitting 295 and a 908 OPS in Jano, right? So I'd take that trade 10 times out of 10. But speaking about some of the guys in the lineup, I guess we can kind of go into today's game because Saturday there's honestly nothing to really discuss or talk about. Vladimir Guerrero, back to the hot corner, Abe. When I got that notification, I thought I was still hungover. I thought I was seeing shit. What was your initial reaction when you saw Vladimir Guerrero Jr. playing third base for the first time in 4 years?
So he had played 2019. Last time he had started was 2019.
Okay, started. Sorry, yeah.
But he had played 2 innings each of the next 2 seasons after.
Yeah.
At third base. My first reaction was, thank God we have something else to talk about. That's not the team just being shitty.
Yeah.
That was my first thought. Blake DM'd me and I said, this is going to be awesome for us. Never thought we would get to this. Justin Turner did this with his poor play at third base to start the season, right?
Yeah.
They're both in the lineup, both playing defense. We tried this before. So who cares? Like Justin Turner was that bad at third base in his couple chances that I didn't think it was that crazy. The Vladdy stats, going back and looking at some of those fielding stats for 2019 were horrendous.
Really?
So every single inning he played in 2019 was at third base, and his StatCast fielding run value was -15. He had -20 outs above average at third base in 2019. He had a -6% success rate added. He was awful.
That's -15.
You get -20 outs above average. I wonder what his DRS was. Couldn't have been good. His
What's the funniest part is though, Avery? You're reading all of those stats, but Vladdy's third base glove today had the gold patch on it.
That was my favorite thing because he kept his the Rawlings gold glove patch. He can put it on whatever piece of gear he wants because he's a gold glover. And he trotted out to third base with a gold glove patch on his glove.
After when he started there having a -20 outs above average, he had a gold patch on his Rawlings third base glove after being statistically the worst defensive third baseman in baseball in 2019.
Yeah, insane. His big problem is can't go get the balls in. When he played third base in 2019, like fucking so long ago. Vlad was an infant during that time. -11 outs above average in, and then -4 left and right for him. So it was really interesting. The arm's really good. He made a ton of errors, I believe 29 errors I think they made in his third base season. Let me look that up. But what they said on the broadcast was most of them were catching the ball. That's his problem, catching the ball. When he has the ball in his hand, throwing it to first base is not the problem. Great arm. So just get it to him. And then he made 2 plays. I thought we were going to go the whole game without Vladdy making a play. I was going to be so frustrated about that. And then he gets maybe the worst hop we had ever seen on a ball to third base. And
yeah,
True RGM had the screenshot. That was ugly getting to that one. But he made his plays. If you can make the easy plays and it gets more offense for this team and Vogelback is hot, you need to try these things. So good for people for trying. What did you think of Vladdy? Did you love it?
I liked it because it gives us something new to talk about. 1, 2, it made me wonder with Vladdy playing third and obviously wearing the gold glove patch, which is again crazy. What other Blue Jay do you want to see play another position?
I want to say you say play outfield probably.
Oh my God, he would get to everything.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Dalton Varsho catch balls, you say could do the same thing.
He would get to everything. You say in the outfield would be sick. Would be absolutely sick. Oh my God. I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path here. I want to see IKF behind the dish again.
Okay.
I want to see IKF behind the dish just once this year. Give me IKF behind the dish.
What about Varsho behind the dish?
I don't care about Varsho. Like
It doesn't
Varsho, we
do it.
know it's like IKF. Like that was not his bread. Was that his bread and butter behind the dish? Like I think that's where he.
Well, I just remember IKF because he was such a good fantasy asset because he didn't really catch anymore, but you could throw him in the catcher slot, and that's why he was so good.
Okay.
I would like to watch the backup catcher tryouts for the Blue Jays. Like a little scout day for kind of
Yeah, like
everyone
Varsho versus IKF, like pop time,
yeah.
framing. It would be cool to see. But I'm trying to think like other Jays guys that'd be funny at other positions. You could always go bullpen, like Tim Mesa in the outfield would be funny. Uh
That would be funny. I agree with that.
uh yeah, I don't know like Bassitt at first because he's so tall.
He looks like the guy on the Savannah Bananas on the stilts.
Yeah, Bassitt's the tallest fucking dude ever. It's insane how tall he is. But yeah, they'd probably be that. Those two. It's hard. Nothing's really coming to mind. I'd probably say like I wish Zimmer was here because you could just the Zimmer jokes are just would always just play. But yeah, I don't know what else I'd see. But speaking of Chris Bassitt, because we are talking about today's game with Vladdy at third. Congratulations to our guy. 1,000 innings pitched in the big leagues. And I heard it. Ben Schulman said it on the radio. He's almost thrown 1,700 pitches. Or 17,000, sorry. What am I saying? 1,700. 17,000 pitches he's almost thrown in his entire career. The human body's crazy, man.
It's built to work, and
Isn't that insane though? 17,000 times he's thrown a ball in the big leagues.
I don't think I can. Yeah, the numbers don't compute in my brain very well for that. 1,000 innings is crazy. I was starting to think like, have I seen 1,000 innings of baseball? Yeah, obviously I've seen way more than that.
Yeah,
crazy to do that all in the big leagues, man.
Oh, it's so sick. So congratulations to Chris Bassitt. Didn't have his best stuff today. Hit a couple guys, walked a couple guys. Still got out there. Jays gave him the win. Just a gritty win today for the Toronto Blue Jays. Their bats were terrible, but
yeah, would you even call it?
I call it gritty because
you found a way.
I would call it gritty though. You were down 3-1 in the fifth, then you put up a 3 spot. Danny Jansen, Davis Schneider, like just guys that are supposed to be hitting for you were hitting for you. We had a Davis Schneider single that scored. A guy that scored. Who did it score? I forgot who it scored. But we had a Davis Schneider single. Bo Bichette has. I mean, it was just
he's up and down right now.
It was the Vogelback show, though. Let's make this very clear. Today was a heritage moment for our guy Daniel Vogelback because what he did today, I can't fathom it sometimes that he's just like actually like he could hit because he's had success in his career. It just he started out so bad with this team, but now he's starting to get consistent playing time.
You know who else started out really bad in this spot?
What?
You know who else started out really bad in the similar situation?
Yep, the cock.
Brandon Belt.
Yep, the cock. But Vogelback, what a day. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, led the team in RBIs today. And he's starting to be a massive part of that middle part of the order. Like, I can't believe Vogelback now is John Schneider is just figuring out genius strategies to get Daniel Vogelback in the lineup more in the year 2024 for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's insane. And he looked great today. Just shot on some balls. That pitch that was thrown to him when he hit that double up the middle to score the leading run, that was the worst 0-2 pitch I've ever seen. It was a cock shot. You're ahead against a guy who is not swing happy. He strikes out looking a lot. And you give him a middle breaking ball that he just sends to Mar. I don't know what that was. That was just a horrible at bat. Horrible pitch. Sorry. Horrible pitch.
Yeah, I think my favorite Vogelback thing is just that put your hands up in the air during his at bats.
Yeah.
He sees something in, his hands are over his head. He does not want to swing. That he knows what he's good at, and that's not balls down. So you make a mistake up, Daniel Vogelback's hopefully going to make you pay for that. And he's just going to wear out the right center gap. Like when he makes contact, the ball is up in the air and it goes to the right center gap.
Oh, it's so his swing is just two-handed finish. The swings with his dick, like we mentioned, just unreal stuff. And then the bullpen was great today. Henny Cabrera has been really good. Nate Pearson has been really good. Trevor Richards has been really good. Garcia gave up runs now in back-to-back appearances, which that happens when you go through little skids here. But it
Still
was
got the save, locked it down.
today was a meat and potatoes day, man. A meat and potatoes day because they did not have their best stuff. They were not having good at bats against Quinn Priester, and they somehow figured out a way to win. And this is how you do. You're supposed to beat the dog shit teams. If they lost this series, Avery, I don't know how you go into this Orioles series with any confidence. But now you kind of got that confidence. Is it fake confidence? It might be. It might be a little bit of fake. You just beat.
It doesn't matter how you get it, though.
Yeah.
As long as you have it and you can build some momentum, I don't care who you beat.
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins won 1,000 straight games beating dog shit teams.
Exactly.
So
why not? Let's go on a run.
Find a way.
Let's go on a little run. But IKF OPS at 714. He's one of only 4 guys with an OPS over 700 on this team. Can you guess the 4?
OPS over 700. David Schneider.
Yep.
Danny
Or
Jansen.
it's 5. It's 5, sorry. Yeah.
Jano, Schneider, IKF, Varsho, and Vlad.
Yeah. What a weird list that is of guys with OPS over 700 on this team.
I would like to know what the league-wide OPS is.
It's not good. I mean, an OPS plus, the OPS pluses now when guys have OPSs in the 700s are over 100. So
what happened to the game we used to love?
Yeah,
Bring
what
back
happened
the
to
juice balls?
But bring back the juice ball. Seriously. You know how much cooler it was when you had the juice baseballs? But if you are a fan complaining about, oh, the Toronto Blue Jays, you beat the Pirates, you beat the White Sox, the Tiger, who gives a shit?
Yeah, if you're a fan and you complain about who you beat,
every team in baseball faces dog shit teams.
Everyone faces everyone. It's just a fact now.
It's not like the Braves or the Dodgers or the Orioles are just not playing the bad teams. That they beat the bad teams, which is what makes them good. So if you are complaining about the Toronto Blue Jays beating bad teams, then just stop watching. Okay? But anyways, big series coming up here. You are 2 games below 500. Baltimore Orioles are coming to town. # night mode. This is gonna be a tough series, Avery. I'll say it.
Yep. Yeah. Anytime you play the O's, it kind of breaks your spirit when you.
Orioles are 8-2 in their last 10. Jays are 6-4. This is the matchups here. We got Grayson Rodriguez versus Kevin Gossman. Corbin Burns versus to be determined because Alek Manoah is out.
Yeah, right? It should be Bowden, right?
Bowden Francis. Suarez versus Barrios and Kikuchi versus Bradish. The 4-game series this is hell.
Yeah, against the O's, it is.
This is hell. This is my hell on earth. We are going to come out of this. I am happy with a split. I'll say it.
For sure. You're at home. Kind of sucks. But I'm in the split department as well. Gotta get out of there with a split.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I mean, this Orioles team is so fucking good, dude. The Yankees just continue to never lose either. It's Red Sox are 500. The Rays have fallen off the face of the earth, though, which is like the only positive thing. But what did it cost? It costed the Jays falling off the face of the earth as well. But we're slowly starting to claw back. I say the Jays split this series, Avery.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give us some optimism. Split.
I think Kikuchi gets hit around a little bit. I'll say it.
Were they good against lefties or bad?
You said remember? They're really good against lefties.
Yeah. That was during when they played them last time, during that stretch, but we'll see.
Jays are the only team that are 500 against the Orioles. Orioles have a winning record against every team in the American League East besides the Jays.
Special club.
Positive note. That's a positive note there from Johnny. Let's go to some listener questions, Dave. What do you got?
A lot of them are stuff we've talked about.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everything that we have touched on. One question that I liked, because all Horwitz stuff. Tim Randa, can we give props to Jano for a very good defensive game at
Yeah.
Friday?
Oh my God, he blocked a
Absolutely.
million balls.
Yep. Jano is great at blocking. His playing of the catcher position looks so different than Kirk's, and it's very valuable as well. What would we make for a day mode jersey?
Cream.
You really wanted cream, eh?
I really want a cream Jays jersey. I think it's criminal. The Jays have, in my opinion, some of the best colorways and some of the best vintage logos. How the fuck does the Toronto Blue Jays not have a cream colored jersey? Especially with the blue and yellow, no, sorry, a blue and red colorway. You could easily make cream jerseys that look so clean, so crisp, and the Jays don't have that. I originally wanted a cream color jersey. I love the black, the old OG black jerseys, but something about cream jerseys for me, they just do something for me, man. They just do.
I get on board with that. Giants have good ones. Brewers have good ones. That's all I can really think about cream. Any other teams?
The Twins or
Yes.
yes. And the Rangers have a pretty good one too. But before we go to the next question, I did want to talk about Ross Atkins coming out and saying that the Jays are not entertaining deals for Bo and Vladdy, and that it pissed him off that the Toronto Blue that reporters were false leaking that the Toronto Blue Jays were involved in trade talks with Vladdy and Bo for other teams, and he wants them to pretty much stay here forever. So that was a good quote to hear. I'll be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Good quote to hear. Who knows if he's maybe driving up their value to say, oh, we don't want them to leave at all. Your deal's going to have to be better than what you thought before. Like, it's going to take a lot for them to get out of there. I think it makes sense for sure that they don't want them gone. But Ross, if you don't want to entertain trade talks and selling off your team or all your pieces, the team's going to have to be in a better position. This team was second place in the AL East here. We're not doing this talk at all.
I do want to say this about Ross Atkins, and maybe we hear the most of him compared to other GMs. But when Ross Atkins doesn't talk, this isn't really a shot at him. I guess it kind of is, but he doesn't seem like he loves ball. Like, he doesn't seem like he is living and dying with every pitch of the team that he constructed. You know, it doesn't seem like he loves it.
I mean, I'll take the other side of that. I think he's living and dying on every pitch more than
I
you
don't know, though. Like, like, this is the thing, Avery, and this is the counterpoint.
He is not in a position to overreact. He can't.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. I'm talking about the availability thing. We always used to have easy access to Alex Anthopoulos. He used to always do radio hits. He used to always hear what he was thinking, what was going on in the front office. With Ross Atkins, the only time you get a quote from him is when he says, "All right, I'm available to the media tomorrow." That's it. You don't get radio hits from him. The only time you got one from him was today with MLB Network, that probably 3/4 of Blue Jays fans had no idea existed, that interview was being conducted. Like, it just, I don't know. I just don't feel like Ross Atkins is a baseball guy. I don't know.
I can't agree with you.
I really don't.
He probably played pro baseball and he's GM of a baseball team. How can you say he's not a baseball?
Maybe I'm spewing stuff. I don't know.
I think you are spewing stuff.
I want a GM that goes out there and is like, just seems like a player GM, or a guy that is just not looking at numbers majority of the time, or is just kind of seems disingenuous with the quotes that he comes out with. Like, there's no emotion or anything behind the quotes.
I think he might just be not a great speaker. That's where I think we can end up.
But that's a massive part of the job, though.
Is it? I think winning's the biggest part of the job.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm just
you're just not happy with how things are going right now, and you're taking it out on Ross today. That's fine.
That's fine. Maybe I am, but yeah, maybe you know what?
He's been in baseball his whole fucking life, man. How can you say he doesn't like ball?
Maybe I'm just coming from a place of hate that we were not the City Connect thing. Maybe that's where I'm at.
Okay,
that's more actually for us to be mad at Mark than Ross, probably.
Sure. I don't think I'm not mad at anyone, you know.
But
we actually declined the
invite. We declined it. Yeah, we should come up with that. We declined our interview for the City Connect. But Yeah, listen, they won the series today, which is fine. Maybe we start a poll. Is Ross Atkins a baseball guy? We'll let the people decide if he is. But
I think people are gonna just agree with you because they always fucking agree with you.
we'll see. We'll see where I'm at with it. But good win today. Good comeback win. Showed some class. Showed some character. Davis Schneider continues to be the most clutch. I believe I saw a stat, Avery. I don't know if I'm 100% if this is 100% correct, but almost half of his at bat hits in the big leagues are extra base hits.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's ridiculous. That's
I did
just
a fantasy video on Friday, and he had 39 hits, and 19 of them were for extra bases at that time.
oh my god.
That was just this season, I believe.
And he already has two. Yeah. So
Davis
Schneid.
Davis does this funny thing where he'll slump. He'll go like an 0 for 6, and then 2 doubles. And you're just right back in.
But
on
TJ
him.
Stats talked about that on Twitter. He said that Davis Schneider, he is so good because his slumps are very short, and he gets out of them very quickly.
Yeah, that's the step he took in year 2.
Yeah,
getting out of the slumps quick.
The Volpe leap, they call it. Year 2 leap. What's some of the rest of the questions?
No, they're all pretty much what we had talked about today.
But if you are in the Jays clubhouse, Avery, and you through the night mode, because the Jays, I believe, play 4 night games back to back to back to back.
No,
here.
Thursday's a fucking day game, dude.
If you are the Blue Jays and you win Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday wearing the night mode jerseys, do you wear them Thursday?
No.
You kind of have to.
They're night mode though.
They fucked themselves with that.
I know.
Like, what if I want to go to a Jays game on a Saturday and watch them in the night mode tarps?
It's not the night, brother. You can't.
We need a day mode. Can we get a day? We need to get a day mode jersey then now. Because the City Connects are cool. Like when the stadium is packed on a Saturday, the dome is open. They're wearing the City
1,000 degrees in that.
I know that's what I'm saying. But they handcuff themselves with the black jersey. Because now they can never wear. You know how hot the Rogers Center gets.
Oh my god,
it's absurd.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's absolutely disgusting. So, night mode, man. I guess that's the name of this podcast today is night mode. And Toronto Blue Jays offense puts us in night mode a lot of the time. I'll be honest with you, it really fucking does. And that game Friday we went to, I told you that. By the way, how I was pretty drunk when I recorded that, but how Galaxy Brain was recording the Davis Schneider at bat.
Why'd you do it sideways, man? Do it vert if you were gonna post it on the ways you posted it.
Yeah, whatever.
And then you did you should have just sent it to me and I could have put a highlight over it and we got that out right away.
I know that was dumb. Whatever, but I was like I said, I wasn't thinking.
No, great to film that. How many at bats did you film?
Just when in extras, if it was our guys up, like if it wasn't like Davis or Ernie or anything or Jano, I didn't film it.
Okay.
But anyways, if you order the hoodies and the hoodies, everything from the website should be going out early this week. I talked to the merch guy. We have another.
He's off vacation finally.
Yeah, no, he is. He's off vacation. You got to stick with us, guys. It's the first batch we've done with this guy. He is doing way better quality stuff for us than the last guy. So greatness takes a little bit of time, but you will be getting those. He will be getting those early this week, close to the end of the week.
I'll tell you, Johnny will make sure he's on. I know Johnny. He will be on the guy.
I am on this guy's ass. I triple message him if he doesn't answer me within an hour. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for the support, man. It's hell week. It's hell week. We got the Baltimore Orioles. Then we got a little bit of a soft spot. Oakland Athletics.
Friday beers. Are we gonna be able to do that?
I can't. It's Emma's birthday, so we have like a birthday thing on the weekend, but no Friday beers. Unfortunately, that sucks. But life comes at you fast.
Gate 14 After Dark is gonna be back on Thursday.
Gate 14 After Dark on Thursday. So get ready to call in. Let the people know what you're thinking. We'll go from there. Other than that, though, love you guys, man. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment on the YouTube, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. So we will talk to you guys on Thursday with Gate 14 After Dark, as well as an episode. Potential guest coming on Thursday. We'll see. Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Bye.